Okay, so welcome everyone. Team Zoom, Wednesday, June 10th. We've got some good
Yay.
stuff for you tonight. So we're just gonna jump right into it. So here is our lineup for tonight. We've got an awesome testimonial from my good friend, Holly Heitfeller. I want to call you that because that's your name on Facebook. Isn't it funny how we know people by like their full name, because that's how we know them from Facebook?
Yep.
Okay, so Holly, I don't know if you guys have ever heard her story. She is a friend from many moons ago in Vegas when I used to do jewelry parties, right? Holly hosted a few jewelry parties for me, and she's got
Absolutely.
an incredible testimonial. I'm excited for you to hear. Oh, you remember? So Emily, you know Emily, that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, it's Holly.
Yay, Emily!
And your hair is way longer from when I last saw you.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, and I even cut it off. I cut it off and it grows back, and I cut it off and it grows back.
That darn
10 years ago, I wouldn't have done that.
Right? Love it. Okay, so we're gonna hear Holly's testimonial, and then Nicole has some awesome training for us that I'm excited for you guys to hear and to hear myself. It's all about using Zoom, like using Zoom with your customers and your potentials to really build connections and a stronger business. And then we're going to have a product highlight, the plexus nerve by Emily Barlow. And we will, wait, I did that in the wrong order. Sorry. Testimonial, product highlight, then training by Nicole. And then I'll give you guys a little help tip. And then if we do have some time left, we can do some Q&A. Okay? So we'll just jump right into it and go to that point. So we'll start with you, Holly, and then hand it over to Emily, if you will.
Okay, so here it goes. I made my little list because I've had so many different products that I've done and tested, but I'm just going to start off of how I started.
Perfect.
Been an ambassador since February of 2015. And the reason why I joined is because I saw Whitney made the change to plexus and was very intrigued because I was just starting to learn about gut health. And when I saw that she already had the product that was already there and you didn't have to go and sample and try to make your own, I was all excited and everything. So I started right off on the triplex. And I will tell you, as a mother of 3, I'm working 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. every day, running cars. I would start off in the morning with 2 cups of coffee, now huge, and when I say 2 cups, it was half and half, meaning that it was half creamer, half coffee. And then to make it through the day, I would stop at the store on the way to work and I would grab 2 energy drinks and drink those. And with dinner, I would have soda, drink water, but when I started the products and everything like that, it was life-changing for me. It helped me immensely. Started with just the triplex, and within the first week, I was not drinking coffee. I did not need my energy drinks. I was not taking my afternoon nap, and I could actually be a mother to my kids. And so the next month, and why I waited, I don't know. I threw in the X Factor. And that was even more life-changing because then all the products working together, my hair was growing in full and thick. I would never cut my hair. Never, ever. I went in after like year or 2 of being on the products and cut it off to a bob, and my hair has, grown back, and I've cut it off again. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So I'm glad that I have my life back with my kids and everything. It's changed me immensely. So I'm just very excited and happy.
Love that. Thank you so much, Holly. By the way, running cars, a lot of people may not know what that means. It's kind of a crazy schedule, so you might want to just let them know. Because I know that was a big thing for you too, was like just energy, right?
I needed energy.
Overall.
I had none. I had no energy. I mean, get into your car about 200 times a day and sit in it and get back out. And that's parking a car and bringing a car down for people to leave. And the majority of the time you have to run to the parking garage, and it was a quarter mile, you know, there, quarter mile back. I was running up 5 flights of steel stairs and everything. I needed energy. I didn't have any. That was like round 2 of my day.
Quite the workout there. No kidding. Well, we're
Yes,
so
it
glad
was.
to hear your story. That's so awesome.
Oh, thanks, Whitney.
We love it. And still hanging strong today, huh? It's been
Absolutely.
quite a while.
What is it? Almost 5.5 years later.
Yeah.
All my family's on the products. We all have our own, you know, testimonials and everything like that. I don't go a day without it. I love it. I feel amazing. I feel better at the age of 48 than I did at the age of 28.
We love to hear that. We're so happy for you, Holly. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing your story. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, Whitney. Thank you.
All right, let's turn it over to Emily now for product highlight about Plexus Nerve.
Oh, I was trying to unmute myself, but I'm already unmuted. Holly, I love your story, and I remember you sharing with me years ago how much ease helped with your knees going up and down those stairs.
Yes. Put it on. I would put it on before I would go to work, and that way when I would start running cars, it would warm back up, and my muscles were already ready to go. So I wasn't stiff coming home or anything like that. I could actually walk out of my car at the end of the night, which I wasn't able to do for a couple of years.
I remember when you shared that with me.
You have a good memory, Em.
He does.
Ease, well, I don't know, not always. I always say I have like a 3-second memory, but anyway, I remember some things that impacted me. I love ease and how it helps with inflammation, and I'm going to talk tonight about Nerve, which is kind of like a companion product to ease. I don't know that people think of it that way, but I love it because ease is meant to help with inflammation, and Nerve helps with regenerating nerve growth and having healthy nerves, among other things which we'll talk about. But a lot of people, I don't think of Nerve as working on inflammation also, or they think they need one or the other. And most people that can benefit from one will also benefit from the other. Although you can have the benefits from one or the other without them both. But to me, I feel like they just complement each other so well. So like I said, Nerve is designed to help you have healthy nerves. And when someone has nerve damage, it helps regenerate nerve growth or stimulate new nerve growth, which is something typically when someone has nerve damage, they just expect to always have that. Like it's not something that goes away or gets better. So it really, for so many people, is a miracle because they actually can start when they have that numbness and tingling, it can help it go away. They can actually regain feeling. And I know sometimes I've heard of people that are numb or not used to having feelings. Sometimes it gets a little worse before better because they start actually feeling again. And so that numbness and tingling comes back on that progress of from going from not feeling to actually healing. But I think it's a cool product, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about the different things. And I kind of like all the info. I guess that's maybe a little bit of green in me. Like I like the sciencey info. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to talk about some of the ingredients and what they do. And it actually does a lot of things that I didn't even realize it did as I'm studying up or reading and reminding myself. So like I said, it helps with the healing of nerves and regenerating that growth, numbness, tingling, anything like that. It helps a lot with circulation. So someone that has circulation problems, especially in their legs, like if they have blood pooling or varicose veins, anything like that, it will help get that flowing and moving and circulating again. My husband has varicose veins, not the kind you can see, but that are deep inside. And he has to go in and have a procedure every couple of years. He has for years and years and years now to kill those veins off. And so he gets a lot of numbness and tingling in his feet. And when he takes Nerve, which I have to work on him to do consistently, but when he takes it, that tingling goes completely away and his feet feel normal again. He can feel them. Whereas normally they're numb or they'll be tingling. So that's pretty cool. I have a couple of customers or ambassadors who have diabetic neuropathy and that tingling and numbness in their feet, and Nerve has helped them a ton get that pain to go away. I have one in particular that is off of her meds. She says that it works better than her prescription meds for that pain. And she can actually, she told me she went to Lagoon and walked all day with her son and didn't have any pain at all, which normally she would never be able to do that because it hurts so much to be on her feet. So just a couple of testimonies from people that I know. I also have a customer who has MS who was having a lot of bladder infections, and I don't know necessarily incontinence, like not bad, but a little bit, and it's helped her not have infections anymore and helped her be able to hold it better. And so sometimes there's those nerves associated with bladder control, or I don't know how with the infection, maybe I don't know how it works when people get infections, but that's another thing that you wouldn't necessarily think of nerve helping with. But a few of the ingredients that I thought were cool and other things they help with, acetyl L-carnitine is an amino acid that is essential for heart and brain function. So it helps with that. Brain circulation, cataracts in your eyes, and then any nerve pain at all that people have. It also can be used to help with male infertility and male menopause. I need to look up and see if that links with ED. So another thing that I didn't realize that. And then another thing that the acetyl L-carnitine helps with is insulin sensitivity and blood vessel health, which again, blood vessel health and circulation all kind of go together. Okay, the next cool ingredient is horse chestnut, which is people have used for years for hemorrhoids and varicose veins. So again, that's circulation and decreasing inflammation. It actually is known to help with inflammation. The other thing horse chestnut is good for that I didn't know is it prevents the release of an enzyme that breaks down collagen. So it helps us keep the collagen that we're making. So I thought that was kind of cool. Butcher's broom is another ingredient that helps with vein health, itching, swelling, inflammation, and it keeps the blood moving, so it helps with pooling when you have those, like I said, if you have blood pooling in your legs or that swelling, it helps with that. And then the last one in it that I wanted to talk about is quercetin. Is that how you say it? Quercetin? It's an antioxidant, and it also has anti-inflammatory effects. So you can see why, like most people, if they have autoimmune or any sort of pain, nerve and ease both kind of go hand in hand to work to help both of them. And then of course, all those awesome B vitamins that are in nerve are amazing too. So just a few little interesting facts about nerve that I forget about. I'm sure I've read them before, but it doesn't always stick in your head. So
that's amazing. I love hearing all that. And I learned quite a few new things there. I didn't realize that some of those things were like benefits too. That's super.
And I'll share my own testimony with nerve. I get pain from an old injury when I used to do data entry. I get pain along my ulnar nerve. So I get pain from my pinky all the way down this side of my arm through my elbow. And if I am on my phone too much or my elbows are bent, it'll start to come back. And I notice that when I take nerve, that goes away. So I don't take it all the time, but when I start to have pain, I can take it and it helps the flare when I get the flare. So
that's amazing. Love that. Okay, super cool. Also, one thing I remember that really stuck out to me, I don't know if it's still the same, but I remember hearing a training on nerve like way back when I started, probably 5 years ago or so. But I remember something that stuck out to me is that there is no prescription medication on the market that is clinically proven to regenerate nerves. And the studies on the main ingredients in our nerve, when they did test them, they did prove nerve growth up to 1 inch per month, I believe is what I heard. It might have been a 1/2 inch per month. But either way, it was like there was nothing else on the market at that time that could claim that.
I don't remember numbers about growth, but I do remember the same thing. And I have friends who have nerve damage that's basically what doctors will tell you. Like, this is just something that you are going to have to live with because you can't fix them. So.
Such a blessing. So many blessings that we have here. Love that. Thanks, Em. That was a lot of great information. Okay, we'll go ahead and hand it over to Nicole now for some great training. Everyone get out your pen and paper. You'll probably want to take some notes here.
And I have to watch the recording because I have to go. I'm
Hey,
sad.
well, thanks for joining us. No problem.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Okay, it's all you, Nicole.
Okay. Thank you, Emily. I have my own testimony with Nerve. I won't go into that, but I am a big supporter of
Oh,
both.
just share it. We want to hear
They
it.
have helped. Oh, okay. Well, I used to get nerve pain in my neck, like it always in my neck, and it always morphed up into my head and into my migraine over here. Yeah, it was. And I don't have nerve pain at all anymore, thanks to the Nerve. So it's something I take every single day, and I will forever.
That's awesome.
No idea I was doing all that other good stuff, so that's awesome. All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about something that my team has been doing, and we're still, we're kind of in the baby stages of it, but every time we do it, it gets better and better and better. And so what we've been doing is Zoom calls. I don't know if I'm yelling. Am I yelling?
No.
Nope.
Okay. All right. We've been doing Zoom calls for all of our new ambassadors. We've been doing them for potentials, and just basically anybody, really. Ambassadors that are not building a business, new ambassadors, you know, it's just, so what we've been doing is just basically informational. We will do a welcome everybody, and then we pick some specific products. It's always the triplex. We always spotlight the triplex, and then we'll pick a couple other products depending on who's going to be on the call that night, and then we'll spotlight those for those people, and then we'll always spotlight the business, and then, you know, the incentives and stuff that are going on currently. So those are the three main things that we do. And it's typically just three of us. If we have someone that's open and willing to do a testimonial like Holly did tonight, then we'll invite them to do a quick testimonial. And thank you. I cannot imagine car running, if that's what it was called. I can't imagine. I love to run, and I cannot imagine doing that. Yeah. So kudos to you, Holly. So anyway, we just basically do a welcome. We spotlight the triplex, a couple other products, and then the business and the incentives. And basically the way that it goes down is someone will introduce everybody like Whitney did tonight. We'll share a quick story, each one of us, our story, like literally a minute to 3 minutes, very, very short, because we try to keep them within a half an hour. And we also try to leave like at least 10 minutes for questions, because what we're finding is a lot of people have questions. And another thing that we've discovered as we've been doing these, there's a lot of little tips and tricks that
She freezing up for anyone else, or is it just me? Darn it.
Taproot. It's a great way to get to know your other ambassadors that you don't typically get to.
Do you know what, Nicole?
Oh,
can you hear me?
That was.
Hey, do you know what? Yeah, do you mind just turning off your camera, because your connection seems to be pretty weak? And if you turn off your camera, then like right now your sound is kind of going really fuzzy and in and out. That's perfect.
Is that better?
We can't see your pretty face, but we can hear you better.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know. That was weird.
It happens.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to say, if you're nervous about doing these Zooms, like our very first one, we had gotten a script and we were like, okay, we're going to say the right words. We're not going to mess up. We're going to do it exactly like our scripts. And we did that, and it felt like robots. It was weird. So my best recommendation to you is just share what you know. just share what you know. If your strength is not ingredients, don't try to make it your strength, because people want to know what it's going to do for them. They don't necessarily need to know what's in it. So I just, make it comfortable, relaxed, and just super casual, and be yourself. One of the things that we always recommend is that people invite a friend when we are announcing these. We have them invite a friend that just wants to, get to know more. It's literally just information and sharing what we love so much about it. And yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing. And we haven't seen great duplication yet, but I know that it's going to happen the more that we keep practicing it. So
Love that.
It's been great.
Do you mind if I ask, how are you using this for your new ambassadors specifically?
So when we sign up new ambassadors, we're doing them at least once a week. So we're encouraging a new ambassador. The ultimate goal here is to have a new ambassador sign up, have them get 3 to 5 friends so we can do one individually for them and their friends. But right now, because that's not happening on our team yet, we're just inviting all new ambassadors to come and gather. And then after the fact, we will message them and be like, is this something you'd like to do with a friend? Because you see how comfortable it was, kind of a thing. So that's how we're doing it with the new ambassadors.
I love that. But there's so much opportunity there. And where was it that it was one of the videos that I watched about one of the girls that went from 50 points to senior Ruby in 2 months. Do you guys know the video I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Janelle does.
Yes.
And so they're telling their new ambassadors, within 24 hours, they're telling them, hey, go invite, shoot this text out and invite a bunch of people. We're just going to jump on a Zoom tomorrow night and just share our stories and a little bit of information with them. And they're having huge success with it. So I loved that concept. Yes. I love that idea. I was like, we just made that a habit. Can you imagine?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's just kind of, we sign someone up and we're like, well, this is what we do on our team. So who can you invite, Yeah. And it's quicker than having them go through it 3 days. So, the ultimate goal is to get them on a Zoom.
Right.
So.
And it feels more personal. I think a lot more people can connect better with it too. It's faster, it's easier, it's more personal. I love it. Yeah. And if you got to the point where that was just your team culture and you tell them, this is what we do with our new ambassadors. So tomorrow night, this is what we're going to do. Then imagine how many more people you'd have getting new ambassadors quickly and then catching the vision.
And it's nice because like I said, I'm getting to meet ambassadors I wouldn't otherwise, you know what I mean?
Building relationships with them early on. And that's another form of taprooting too, that they have that, third party support, and that's so helpful. Janelle, you have something to add?
Nicole, are you getting all your brand new ambassadors actually attending no matter what? Is everyone attending, or some people saying no? How's that working?
So, so far the majority are, but of course there's ones that aren't. But I just keep asking every week. I keep just saying, okay, we have another one coming up. Can you jump on tonight? Kind of a thing. Because the way that I'm asking them is it's just helpful, especially tips to get started, stuff like that.
What are you calling them specifically?
Nothing. We don't have I don't have a specific name, just Zoom informational call. I don't know. We haven't named it.
You know what? You got to try new ambassador orientation. Because one thing I learned is that's really unintimidating to people, and they think that it's specifically for them. You know what? Because it is. But when you're calling it that, it sounds like something that, I'm a new ambassador and this is an orientation for me, so I need to go check it out. So just a tip.
Okay.
I think that might be cool.
I like that. Thank you.
And then just, the ones that Lacey and I were doing, we need to get back into the habit of those, Lace. We just called them Gut Health 101. We found that more people were interested just by changing the name from, what were we calling them before that? Plexus Virtual Event, or I can't remember what we were calling them, but when just switching it to Gut Health 101, because that's kind of a buzzword that people are into right now, gut health, you know, so that attracted more attention. So just a thought. So, okay, that was very awesome. My health tip. I was like, who's got the health tip? That's me. Okay, so I actually, I wanted to teach you guys this super cool thing I learned about cinnamon and honey recently. Did you know that cinnamon and honey are the ingredients that you'll find, like the most common ingredients in homes in India? And they both individually have a lot of like natural health benefits, but when you combine them together, then they have some incredible health benefits. And I just love anything holistic and just, you know, natural that can promote health and healing. And so I thought this would be great to share. So a couple things that it can help with, acne, like if you get a big like blackhead or whatever, a paste of cinnamon and honey overnight is supposed to clear it up. I mean, we're very blessed. We've got some other amazing products, but that's an option as well. It can help boost your immune system. So like drinking them together in water regularly can boost your immune system and protect you from foreign bacteria and viruses. They're both cinnamon and honey rich sources of antioxidants, and they both have antibacterial properties. So they can help improve the digestive system and fight various stomach related ailments like a stomach ache. Mix up some honey and cinnamon in warm water, and that can help with an upset stomach. Arthritis. It can be very effective in treating arthritic pain. It recommends a teaspoon of honey and cinnamon in lukewarm water and apply it to the part that is hurting. Who knew? Pretty cool. You can also drink it in a ratio of 2 to 1 in hot water and drink it on a regular basis. It lowers the risk of heart disease when taken daily. And so, I mean, I'm trying to get into the habit of just throwing it into my lean shake every day. I like to mix it up and do different, you know, mix-ins, but just something to consider, like, you know, if you want to on the regular, if you're not like a tea drinker or whatever. It's also great for bladder infections. Now, my question is, well, I'm just going to assume you're drinking it, but it does say that this mixture is excellent to destroy bladder germs. The mixture of cinnamon and a teaspoon of cinnamon powder and half a teaspoon of honey in lukewarm water can help tackle urinary bladder infections. I was like, maybe you just like stick it right up inside there. I don't know. Weight loss. That got Holly giggling. Another surprising benefit is weight loss. And it says you can consume it 3 times a day for quick weight loss, even on a high calorie diet. So this is something that's not in this article, but I have learned this before, is that the interesting thing to me was, I don't remember exactly how it works, but I know I've read before that the combination of cinnamon and honey are really good for blood sugar, like glucose metabolism. And so I'm guessing that's probably why it's helpful for weight loss as well. It's good for bad breath. Put the paste right on your teeth and gums on a regular basis. It's good for oral health and controls the spreading of harmful bacteria inside the mouth, which causes bad breath. Colds and cough, like same, basically just a little combination in water Drink it a few times a day. And there you have it. The benefits of cinnamon and honey. Sound pretty awesome, right? Okay, so look at us having 15 minutes for Q&A. Does anyone have any questions? Holly does.
Okay, so do you think that that would be good for die-off symptoms? Seems how we get like an oral thrush and everything.
I mean, it says there's
'Cause
no
that's
reason not to try it. I mean, it's an antioxidant and antibacterial, so it boosts the immune system. It seems like it could be very helpful.
Right.
I don't know, particularly. Maybe anyone else might have a better opinion on it or reasoning behind why, but
I think it would
seems
be
like
good.
a good plan to me. Oh,
Good.
another thing is it says you can't overdose on it and there's no side effects. So it's not something you have to really worry about. Oh, am I overdoing it or whatever? And there's lots of health benefits. So
Excellent.
yeah. Okay, any questions for Nicole about Zooms? Any questions for Holly about regimen or anything like that? Or should we call it an early night? I'm totally okay with that. All right, awesome. Well, since we have like almost 15 minutes here that we were planning on being on this Zoom, why doesn't everyone who hasn't done that post yet, I double dog dare you to go get that post up and get some conversations going.
Right.
Yes, there's so many awesome incentives and sales right now, and people pushing for rank ups like crazy. It's so exciting. All right,
I missed the first part of that. Can you tell me again? I mean, I saw everyone's posts and it's great, and I keep seeing all the comments and everything like that. So please give me just a little bit more information about that post, please.
Okay, let me actually read it to you word for word. You guys can go
Okay.
if you that don't need to hear this. This is my word for word. I need 6 of my friends to try my pink drink for 60 days and tell me how many pounds you shed. This deal is cheaper than I can buy it, and it comes with 2 additional products. Who's in? So the way it works is the way it's cheaper for them than at your price is because with the membership discounted to $9.95 plus the 10% off welcome packs, they're basically getting we'll just use triplex as an example, any one of the $99 welcome packs, they're getting it for $99, right? Normally, like our price is $120. So 2 months of triplex for us as an ambassador wholesale is $240. For them, they're getting that first month for $100, second month for $120. So they're getting $20 less than what we would pay at wholesale for 2 months of product. So
that's them getting the membership right now. This month is $9.95.
Yes, and welcome packs are 10% off.
And welcome. Okay, and I saw the post not too long ago of welcoming back people that have not done Plexus for 6 months and everything, so they can re-sign as a new ambassador.
Well, there's some, the way the guidelines work, if they haven't ordered products in 12 months, that's an easy clear. I can get that cleared super fast. If they haven't ordered products for 6 months and their annual membership is overdue, then they can get cleared easy. If their annual membership is up to date and they have ordered products in the past, like less than 6 months ago, or not less than, we can ask for an exception, but that does usually take some time. But any examples you have of people that haven't ordered products for 6 months or longer, just get them to me if they're interested in starting up again, and I can let you know what their options would be.
What I usually say, Holly, is I say, there could be an option that you can re-sign up. We're going to have to talk to my leader, which you'll talk to Whitney, and to see if you qualify for that. And then that lets them know, but then you'll let them know, say, oh my gosh, I'm sorry you don't qualify, but you can still order. And then if you wanted, you could rebate some money to them in order so they want to get restarted again. So there's options either way if they can't rejoin. So don't let that stop, don't let that stop you from talking to someone, because if they can't, there's some things that you can do that can, incentives you can offer personally that will get them excited to start again.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Yes. Very exciting. All right. I'm going to be watching for that post to go up for you, Holly. I'll go comment on it if you're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
So are people still copying and pasting, or what are we doing for this? Just do it myself?
So don't share, because shared posts don't get in there as much. Yeah. I'll send you the words, and you can literally like copy and paste them into a new post yourself, and then put a background on it. You know how you can choose the different colored backgrounds or whatever?
I've seen it. I'll just write it down and then I'll do it myself. That's awesome. Now I have the info to go with the backing of it, because I was like, oh, what is this? And everybody's talking about it. I was like, oh, here it is.
Yep, that's it. Just a good old sale with a different way to present it that is really enticing to people. That's what it is.
Very clever.
Yes, it is. That's what it is. All right, everyone, have a great night. Thanks so much for joining in.
Thank you very much for having me.